Hello everyone, myself Mr. Sandeep, and today I am present here with a new video on mathematics for class 10. In this video, we are going to discuss about chapter number 3, that is linear equation in two variables. In my last video, we have discussed about the basics of the chapter, and exercise 3.1 was also discussed along with that. So what was there? Let me remind you. We have discussed about the four methods of solving a linear equation or a pair of linear equation in two variables, right? And out of that four methods, we have discussed the very first, that is graphical method, right? I hope you have understood that topic, because already we have done the graphical method in class 9 also. And today we are going to start with our exercise 3.2, in which we will discuss some problems which are related with the graphical method, as well as the new one topic, that is comparing the ratios. Okay, so let's start with the video. So this is our exercise 3.2 from NCERT book. And always we are discussing the problems from the NCERT, because this is the basic book for the CBSE exams. Now question number 1, I have told you in the last video to do yourself, because this is from the graphical method. Okay, question number 1 as well as question number 7 also, because number of questions in 3.1 was very low. So that's why we have attached two questions to the last video. So for solving question number 2, 3 and 4, you need to get some knowledge about the comparing the ratios. So let's start the discussion on comparing the ratios. Now have a look on this. So I told you, whenever you are going to discuss about the chapter number 3 of class 10, you will be given with a pair of linear equations. So here also we are provided with a pair of linear equations. General, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Be the two linear equation in two variables. Now how we can compare the ratios of the coefficient? Now see, I have drawn one table for this, comparing the ratios. Now what do you mean by ratio? Ratio means some a1 upon a2. So here we have to find out the ratio of coefficients. So the coefficient of x, they are a1 and a2. So we can find out the ratio a1 upon a2. Then you will find out the ratio b1 upon b2. Then you will find out the ratio c1 upon c2. Then after looking at the ratios, you will come to know that first two ratios are not equal. Suppose first two ratios are not equal, it means that will be your first condition. Then after that, if first two ratios are same, but the third one is okay, all the three ratios are same, then it will make your third condition. If first two ratios are same but third one is not equal, it means this will make your third condition. So depending on the condition, if this condition is there, so which type of graph will be there? Intersecting lines. Clear? It will be intersecting lines after looking at this ratios. Okay, if the first two ratios are not equal, then the given lines are intersecting lines. If all the three ratios are equal, then the lines will be coincident lines, right? Then come to the third condition. If first two ratios are equal but the third one is not equal, it means these lines will be the parallel lines. Okay, so without drawing the graph of the given two equations, we can directly suggest that which kind of lines are there. So how you can find out? By comparing the ratios. Clear? So already in the last video I told you, if the intersecting lines are there, the solution will be unique. If the coincident lines are there, infinite many solution. In case of parallel lines, no solution is there. Clear? So if you don't have this column, then directly from here you need to cram it. If this condition is there, it means unique solution is there. For this condition, many solution. For this condition, no solution. Clear? So this is all about the second column. Then come to the third one, that is consistency. So keep in your mind whether a system of equation is having unique solution or many solution. In both the cases, the system of equation will be said to be consistent. If it is having no solution, then it will be called as a inconsistent, right? So this is all the information that was related with the comparing the ratios. I have tabulate in the form of a table. So it is best for you if you cram this table properly, understand it, and then cram it, right? Because on the basis of this you can solve the questions here. So let's start with our exercise 2.3.2. Question number 2 is there. So what is the statement over there? After comparing the ratios, find out the given system of equation. They intersect at a point, parallel or coincident. It means they are asking about which type of graph will be there. So always you will be given with the pair of linear equation. Then what will be your first step? You will be finding the ratios. First of all, find out the ratio a1 upon a2, then b1 upon b2, then after that c1 upon c2. That is your choice. I have calculated here only two ratios, because after calculating these two ratio I come to know that both are unequal. Okay, in case it means this is your first condition, so there is no need to find out the third ratio. That totally depends on you. Okay, no marks will be deducted, no extra mark will be given for that. Okay, so after that we will write down clearly a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. So first condition is there, therefore the lines are intersecting lines. Clear? So like this you have to solve your question number 2. Rest of the parts are same, just all the steps are same. First of all you will find out the ratios, then you will check which type of condition is there, then you will match in the table, and after that you will give the answer over here. Clear? Then come to your question number 3. So in question number 2, rest of the parts you will try yourself. Only three parts are there, one I have solved and two are left for you people. Okay, because then only you can have a good practice, otherwise problem will be there. Then on comparing the ratios, find out whether the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent. It means now they are talking about this third column, consistency, whether they are consistent or inconsistent, right? So if first two conditions are satisfied, it means consistent. If third condition is coming, then it means the given system of equation is inconsistent. Now come to the example. So I have taken question number 3, third part. First two parts I have not solved because they are of this kind type. I have taken the part 3 because it involves a fraction. Now see, a1 upon a2 is equal to, now what is a1 here? 3 by 2 I have written in the numerator, upon a2 that is equal to 9. So the method of solving it, 3 by 2 multiply by 9. This 9 will cross over here. Clear? So this is the part of the calculation. So now 3 will be cancelled out here. That will give you 1 upon 6. Then in the same way find out b1 upon b2. If you have learned from here, then you can directly solve this. Okay, so directly I have written here 5 upon 3 into minus 10. So ultimately that will give you, after cutting, minus 1 upon 6. So it is clear from here 1 upon 6 and this is minus 1 upon 6. Okay, this is positive 1 upon 6, this is negative 1 upon 6, and clearly they are not equal. So we can write down clearly a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, and this is which condition? Very first condition of the table, and this is consistent. Clear? So I hope you have understood how to solve these kinds of questions. So in this question number 3, 5 parts are there. One I have solved for you, the typical one. Rest you can try yourself. Okay. Then come to the question number 4. So in question number 4, we have to tell whether the given system of equation is consistent or inconsistent. Okay, and after that they are saying if it is consistent, then find the solution graphically, otherwise leave it. Clear? So let's start with the first part. X plus y is equal to 5, 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. The two equations again you are given with. Then find out a1 upon a2 is equal to 1 by 2, b1 upon b2, that is directly 1 upon 2. Then after that c1 upon c2, that is given to be 5 upon 10, will after cutting will give you 1 upon 2. Now you can see here clearly a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. All the three ratios are equal. So it is consistent. Clear? So this is the second condition. So it is consistent. And what they said in the question, if the system is consistent, then find the solution graphically. After that you will draw the graph for these two equations. Clear? And you can see from here all the three ratios are same. Which kind of graph you will get here? Coincident line, because it is having many solution. Clear? So what is the use of these ratios? You can depict the graph in advance. Okay, so in this case you will get the coincident line. So graph is your work, you need to draw yourself. Okay, I am leaving over here only. So then come to the fourth part of the same question. So here I am finding a1 upon a2 is equal to 1 by 2, b1 upon b2 also 1 by 2. Then come to the c1 upon c2, it comes out to be 2 upon 5. So here clearly a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 but not equal to c1 upon c2. So this is which condition? The third condition. It is having no solution and it is inconsistent. And what is there in the question? If it is inconsistent, then leave it. Okay, in case of consistent only, you need to draw the graph. If it is inconsistent, then leave the question here only. So this is our complete question, right? So this is all about question number 4. Again, we have used the comparing the ratios in question number 4 also. Okay, so I hope you have understood that how to use the comparing ratios. Now you can solve your question number 2, 3 and 4 yourself along with the examples given before this exercise, right? Then come to the question number 5. So this is the story sum. So you can have a look on the question. They said half the perimeter of the rectangular garden. They said rectangular garden, rectangle, perimeter. So they are talking about perimeter of rectangle. What is the perimeter of rectangle? That is 2L plus B. So half means you will take the half of perimeter. 2 will be cancelled out by 2. Ultimately you will get here length plus breadth is equal to 36. Clear? After that they are also saying length is 4 meter more than its width. लेंथ आपकी विड्थ से 4 मीटर बड़ी है. इट मीन टू से देयर इज अ डिफरेंस ऑफ 4 मीटर बिटवीन लेंथ एंड ब्रेथ. And always we are writing the bigger one minus smaller one is equal to the what is the difference is there, right? So let's come to the solution. So for the solution I have supposed the length of the garden is equal to x meter, breadth of the garden I have supposed y meter, and now according to the condition question, half of perimeter, what is the perimeter? 2L plus B, that is x plus y is equal to how much? 36. What is the half? 2 will be cancelled out by 2. Ultimately you will get here x plus y is equal to 36. This is your equation number 1. Then according to the second condition, the length is 4 meter more than the breadth. It means length minus breadth will give you is equal to 4. So that will make you make your second condition, right? So now you need to find out the dimension. Dimension means you need to find out xy. It means you need to find out the solution. Solution you have to find out with the help of a graphical method. It is not written in the question that with the graphical method find out the solution. Why we are finding the solution by graphical method here? Because till now we have discussed only the first method, that is the graphical method, right? So here in this exercise you need to find out the solution with the help of graphical method. In exam you can use any method after learning the four methods. Clear? So after this you need to graph here, you need to find draw the graph and find out the value of x and y from the graph and mention in the last. Clear? And that is your work. So then here comes with our question number 6. In question number 6 they are asking for the example of intersecting lines which is intersecting with this line. Okay, example of a line which is intersecting with the given line. So now for this you have to think about the condition of the intersecting line, that is equal to a1 upon a2 is equal to is not equal to b1 upon b2. So find such a equation in which this condition will be hold good, right? So a1 upon a2 not equal to b1 upon b2. So I am writing from my side, that is 5x plus 7y plus 8 is equal to 0. Any equation you can write down. Okay. So 2 upon 5 is not equal to 3 upon 7 here clearly. So like this you have to see also. Then after that parallel lines. So what is the condition for the parallel lines? A1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2. So this condition must be satisfied over here. So what you need to do here, multiply this equation by any number. So I have multiplied here by 4. 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12, and here I am not multiplying by 4, just writing 7 from my side. You can write down 11, 19, whatever the number is there, but except 32, right? So here now you can check 2 upon 8, that will give you 1 upon 4. 3 upon 12 will give you again 1 upon 4. So you can say a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, but not equal to minus 8 upon 7. So it means this is a pair of parallel lines. You can check out these two lines are parallel lines. Now come to your third part, that is for the coincident lines, right? So how to find out the equation which is coincident with this given line? So you need to satisfy the condition that the second one, a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. So in this case you will multiply the given equation by any number. So in the last part we have multiplied by 4. I am going to multiply here by 3. So all the three coefficients will be multiplied by 3 here. 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 8 threes are 24 is equal to 0. So definitely this line will be coincident with this given line. You can check out by any method, okay? Either you can draw the graph or you can check with the ratio method also. Clear? So like this you need to find you can find out the examples of intersecting lines, parallel lines, coincident lines. Okay, let me tell you one more time. For this condition should be satisfied. For intersecting lines, for parallel lines, this condition should be satisfied, that is a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2, right? After that, for coincident lines, all the three ratios should be same, right? I hope you have understood this question. Try it yourself one more time, and if any example is given before the exercise, you must solve that example also, right? So this is enough for you because you need to draw the graph also for all for the question in between. So we cannot go with another other questions as it will be very lengthy for you people, okay? So till then we should stop up to here and just have a look on the things which we have discussed today, and you can take up the screenshot for that so that you can note down in your notebooks. Have a screenshot for this so that easily you can note down these things in your notebook. And remember, this table is very important from the examination point of view. Always you are getting a one question in the exam based on this table, okay? Then come to the second page. Take the screenshot here. After that, come to the last one, the third page, right? So I hope you have taken the screenshot properly. Now it's your work to complete this exercise. Draw the graph on the graph paper always. We are just in the last video we have discussed the graph on this notebook only, but you need to draw the graphs on the graph paper only. Cut them and paste in your fair notebook, okay? In case of doubt, you may contact me. You can leave the comment in the comment section, right? Until then, solve this exercise completely. See you next time with the new video, okay? With exercise 3.3. Goodbye and thanks for watching the video.